Hey guys, we're back. Today we are gonna veer off of dinner and we're gonna make homemade banana pudding. I got this recipe from my mom. I have no idea where she got it, so if it's somebody's recipe, I apologize, but come over here, I'm gonna show you what all it consists of. I'm sorry we still sound bad. Like, I woke up today feeling worse than I did yesterday, but it's just one of those things. We're going to use Nilla wafers, a can of evaporated milk, flour, sugar. We're going to do a dash of salt. We're going to use 2 egg yolks and milk. And that is pretty much it. So, oh, and I will add a little bit of vanilla also. So, here's what I'm going to do. The first thing that I do, if you'll come over here, Gideon. Gideon's hair is a bit crazy. I told him he probably shouldn't get in the shot today because he needs his hair done bad.
Try to show him.
I wouldn't show him. It's scary. But you can. I mean, that's up to you. Alright. So the first thing we're going to do is, I'm looking at my mom's recipe. Her recipe says 3 tablespoons of flour. And so I followed her recipe the first time I ever made banana pudding to a T. And it was so runny I couldn't eat it. And I said, Mama, your recipe says 3 tablespoons of banana pudding. And she said, did you use a wooden spoon? I said, no, Mama, I used a tablespoon measure. She said, did you do heaping? I was like, no, Mama. So this is what she told me 3 tablespoons of flour is. What it is in real life, I don't know. 3 heaping, are you showing them tablespoons of flour? This is self-rising. So y'all know this ain't real tablespoons. I don't know what it is, but that's my mother. God love her. I am using this old pot. This was my granny's pot. It was her old pressure cooker from when I was young. And knowing Granny, I don't know where she got it. It's a Miro. No idea what that is. It makes the best chocolate pies in the whole world. So this is what I make all my puddings in, is the Granny's old pot. Alright, so I have my 3 tablespoons of flour. Now I need 1.5 cups of sugar. And my sugar's all together down here. What measure is this? 1.5 cups. So this is 1/4, so we need to do 6 of these. I need to clean my stove. Jeez. And I'm not going to heap these. 1, 2, 3, oops, 4, 5, 6. All right. And I have accidentally spilled it on the stove. Why is this so... Look at this, Gideon. I don't know. I bet I wiped it with a wipe or something. It's like dots all over my beautiful stovetop. And I'm seeing... Okay. That's going to drive me crazy. I dried my hands with this. Let me wipe it really quick. Oh, yes. Much better. So what I do when I make my banana pudding or my pies, I always do my dry ingredients first. I left my spoon out. It says a dash of salt. I do a dash of salt. Once I get all my dry ingredients, I take a whisk, which is tangled into a different whisk. This is my favorite whisk. It's what are those called? Rada? The Rada company? Oh,
sorry.
You're fine. So, look over into my pot, please. So, when I get all my dry ingredients, let me double check that I got everything. I always take a whisk and I mix it together really well. And the reason I do this is to avoid any lumps. I feel like your hands are a little shaky. Some people may sift together stuff. I don't do that really. I'm no pro. So I just whisk it together so everything's incorporated really well. So do you see it? How it's like powdery almost? So we're good. I dust this off because I'm going to use it over here. Put that spoon back. Well, I'll use my wrist first. Now, this recipe calls for 4 cups of milk. I only have skim milk, so I'm using a can of evaporated milk. If I had whole milk, I would still use a can of evaporated milk. It makes pies so much better. And puddings. Anything that would have that sort of pudding consistency, texture, so much better. Alright. So we're going to pour a whole, come over here, G-Wood.
They can see, Mom.
We're going to pour a whole can into this 4-cup measure. Then we're going to add, it calls for a teaspoon of vanilla. I don't measure.
On the side so they can see it. Good.
I just dump it in there. What do you want to say?
I was telling you when you pour, you need to pour on the side so they don't have to see your arm like that.
I forgot I have to do a half stick of butter too. Don't let me forget my butter. My 2 egg yolks. Now I'm going to, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to break these up with this same whisk and I'm going to mix this in. And it's going to look really rich. My mama didn't make hers this way, but this is how I make my chocolate pies. I do all my dry on one side, all my wet, and then I mix it together, then I turn the heat on. My mama, she made it more complicated, but her recipe's still delicious. All right, now I'm going to get the milk. And like I told you, I only have skim milk.
Picky time. It's picky time.
I'm going to fill up this 4 cups the rest of the way with milk. So I hit that 4 cup. My milk jug's a little yucky looking. Alright. Now we got that in there. Now, you have to be very careful when pouring a big measuring cup into a pot because it will spill. So make sure you get your cup down in your pot and slowly start pouring that in there.
Can't really see it, Mom.
Because it will drip down your cup. Alright. That keeps it from spilling absolutely everywhere. Excuse me, son. So now we're going to mix our powder that we mixed up with our flour and our sugar and our salt. And we're going to go around and mix it in it. And we're just going to whisk it and make sure it's well incorporated. I don't feel any clumps. So now I'm going to turn my heat on. And I am going to turn this big eye on good. So watch your arm because this pan's not quite big enough. I'm going to turn it on medium while I run and grab a stick of butter. I guess I could put my milk up, right? Mm-hmm. Alright guys, so I added my half a stick of butter here, if you can see. And again, this is that Blue Bonnet stick. Ah! Down my shirt.
How do you do
I
that?
was trying to chop my butter in half.
Not a good idea, Mom.
It is a good idea. And what we'll do is we will stir this. I turned it up a little bit because I had it turned down. Make sure always scrape in the bottom of the pot because puddings will get thick on the bottom and they will stick. So after this is done and got thick, I will be right back. Alright guys, so it's been cooking a few minutes and I just wanted you to see how it's thickening up. It's almost ready. Be careful, don't let it scorch on the bottom. We're going to get it just a tiny bit thicker, but can you see? how it's thick on there.
And looks like Mom went ahead and put the cookies in
I
the
put some
container.
cookies in the bowls. So Gideon doesn't want any banana pudding. He's not a
I'll
fan.
take some.
So I am separating it. Hold on, Gideon. All right. Come look at my pudding here. So it's getting to where I'm afraid I'm going to scorch it. Do you see the thickness? All right. So I'm going to turn the heat off while I continue to stir this. Oh, I'm burning up. Don't record
I
me.
am too.
I am like a sweaty, messy Marvin. Alright, so can you see how thick it is? What you're going to
Pixie
do
said she'll take some.
is you're going to take it, and I have made a water bath. So it's ice water. And I'm going to sit it, if I can get under the ice. I can't. And I'm going to put it in this water bath. And you're going to keep stirring. This is going to cool your pudding. See the thickness of the pudding? So that's what I'm going to do. And this is how the pudding will cool. Now, my definition of cool is still warm. What I was telling you about the cookies over there. I don't like bananas in my banana pudding. Basically, I eat vanilla pudding with vanilla wafers. But I cut my husband's... that's why I made 2 separate bowls. And if you wanted to make this for dinner, of course, you would just put it in one big bowl. Alright, so I'm going to let this cool. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, guys, so I'm back. I was going to show you the pudding. It's all cooled and thick. And then John, I went ahead and put some bananas in his bowl. So you're going to layer your cookie, your banana, and then there's my cookies. And then you'll layer on. And I will just do one quick pour over this. I know y'all know how to layer, so. Ooh. If I can get it not to drip off the pot. So, I'm just going to spread this out. And you'll just repeat your layers. Cookie and banana and then pudding. Of course, mine's just cookie pudding. If you try this recipe, I promise it's delicious. I would never go back to the store-bought ever box again. This is layer 2. I'm going to top with pudding, and then I'm not going to use more banana on John's. And I'm going to see how many cookies. Gideon had snuck and ate some of these cookies. So hopefully I'll have enough to finish another layer. Alright guys, so there's the finished pudding. I just did a little crumbs on the top of this one. This one's John's. And this one's mine. Now I'm going to be the taste tester today, Gideon. So.
No, let me too.
Well, you look a little crazy.
It don't matter.
And actually, the pudding got a little bit colder than I prefer. I really like it when it's fresh and warm. This will last us a while. I may share with Gideon. But, of course, the cookies haven't got soft yet because I just put it in here. But so, I don't know. I'll have to put a whole cookie in my mouth. Unless I can break it. I'm not against putting a whole cookie in my mouth. I can tell you that. Alright. Ready? And I can't smell the best, guys, because my congestion.
Oh, she's doing her dance.
Oh, yeah. It is yummy. It's so good.
Do your dance, do your dance. Oh, yeah.
I don't really have it.
Everybody clap your hands. Everybody shake your hips.
If you love banana pudding and you hate the store-bought pudding, I promise you, best banana pudding you'll ever put in your mouth. Get it, sign us out.
No, wait. I want to try mine. I don't care how crazy I am. See
I
how
want you to
crazy
sign us out so I can eat my pudding.
Okay, let me eat.
I'm not eating this whole bowl right now, you guys. I promise.
Let me eat my pudding.
Gideon, he didn't want to eat banana pudding, and then he just, okay, all right.
Huh?
Look at there.
It's okay, Pixie. Lick it.
Oh, God.
No, not the cookie, Pixie.
The sleeve, brother, sleeve. But you can't reach it, brother. Help the sissy brother. Well, you try yours. Gideon told me he didn't want banana pudding until after I already had the bowls made. So I gave him a cookie to dip. Just wipe it off and she can lick it off your finger. It's vanilla pudding, so it ain't gonna hurt her. Tell him what you think of Mommy's pudding, Sissy. Sissy, do you not see it? Right here. Oh, is it good? It's delicious? Okay, what do you think?
Really good.
Thank you. All right, guys. Sign us out, kid.
Right, dude.
Uh-huh.
You ain't ever sign us out. You sign us out.
I don't know what all you say. Another episode of Gideon and Mama and Gideon Cooks. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you make it. If you make it, let me know.
Tag us.
Let me know, and let me know what you think. Remember, Jesus loves you. We'll see you next time. Bye.